Hello and welcome to a brief overview of the free SOLIDWORKS Online Trial, giving you a taste of the SOLIDWORKS experience without the need to download any software. So to get started using our trial, what we need to do is navigate to the mysolidworks.com website. If you want to type in the URL, it will be my.solidworks.com, or for myself, I've just got a wee shortcut up here at the top. Once we've navigated there, what we need to do is either log in or create an account. If we've already got an account, great, we can click login. If not, we can create a SOLIDWORKS ID. Now this SOLIDWORKS ID will be the same login you use for the SOLIDWORKS customer portal if you've ever downloaded the SOLIDWORKS software itself. For myself, I've already got an account, so I'm just going to log in, but if I didn't, I would just click the option to create a SOLIDWORKS ID, put in my email address, that sort of thing, and we can create an account. So we'll log in. I can then navigate up to the top and select the option to try SOLIDWORKS. I can then drag down my page, specify a particular language that I might want, and then I can click this option to launch, and that will start getting us loaded into the trial. We can get going. It will take a couple of seconds to log us in. We'll get asked to accept the end user license agreement, so I'll click accept to that, then give it a little moment to get it started, so we'll skip ahead to when it's ready to go. Once that's fully loaded up, we'll see the SOLIDWORKS 2019 welcome screen, and it will give us a couple of options to start creating parts, view some of the models that have already been created, navigate folders, check the what's new, all that sort of thing. But before we really get started into things, we've got a couple of options that we might want to change, particularly up at the top of our screen. So if I move my mouse cursor up to the very top left, we'll have the option to select different applications. So for now we're just in SOLIDWORKS, but I could easily swap to eDrawing, SOLIDWORKS Visualize, Treehouse, just where I can try out some of the other kind of SOLIDWORKS applications that are available within this online trial. I can then click the little gear icon up at the top where I have a couple of extra settings, and I can choose to specify the streaming mode, maybe change it from the fastest response time to get a better quality image if I prefer that. I can also change the screen resolution, so if I've got maybe a 4K display, just a HD display, that sort of thing, we can change the resolution based on what I've got. We can also specify the regional settings, so depending on whether or not we're in America, Europe, Australia, that sort of thing. And the final option we'll be interested in is we can just make the program full screen if I don't want to see any kind of browser icons up at the top of the screen, that sort of thing. At this point, we can start to create any of our new SOLIDWORKS parts, assemblies, drawings, or what we could do if we don't want to start from scratch, so we could have a little look at some of the models that are already provided for us as part of the online trial, a particular one that might take our fancy. We might want to either see how it's made, make changes to it, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to click this carving knife, see what the model looks like, interrogate it a little bit, and maybe I'll use that as a base for one of my new designs, or I can just play around with it, make some changes to it, that sort of thing. One of the changes that I might want to make is to change the handle part. Instead of it being blue, I might want it to be red instead. So I can do that by just applying a particular appearance to it, then maybe specify that I want a particular type of plastic, maybe a soft touch plastic, scroll down, pick my red, drag that onto that particular part, maybe the full assembly, that sort of thing. At which point I can go through, make however many number of changes that I might want to. Then what I'll decide to do is save out my model. Now normally when we come to saving, we'll just come up, hit our save button or select save as and save it in my documents or something like that in a particular project folder and carry on with my work. In this case I'm going to hit my save as, but what we might notice is I don't see my normal desktop, my normal my documents, anything like that, because we're on a kind of separate machine in the cloud. If I click the temporary files folder, what I can do is save that into a folder that I might want to create. So I could create a new folder and I'll call this Craig's Work. And I'll save all my work in here as I'm kind of playing around with some of the models. I'll leave it called carving knife as assembly and hit save, and I've saved that in that particular location. Now if I close this trial down and I reopen up a new trial, if I go into that particular folder, I won't see the carving knife appearing in there because we're more than likely going to be on a completely different machine whenever we start up a new trial. To help us with that, what I can do is I can save the particular files that I've been working on locally into my own documents folder or on my desktop or wherever I might want. The way that we do that is if I come up and select the option for My Files, I'll then see the Temporary Files folder, select on that, and I'll see the then Craig's Work folder that I created a moment ago. Go in there and we'll see that carver knife assembly that I created a second ago. If I click on that, what you'll find is your browser will start to download the particular file, and then we can do a normal save as and specify a location on my own computer that I might want to save it. So I'm just go in, select maybe my downloads folder and hit save, and that will be saved locally on my computer. Now what we may want to do, however, is take work that I've got on my local computer and use that as part of the online trial. So the way I would go about doing that is by selecting the option up at the top right here for upload files. It will then open up a little browse dialog box, and I can specify a particular location in my own computer that the files that I'm wanting to use are stored. So I've got a particular file in this downloads folder. I'll scroll down, find the particular file that I want. I'll select the file, so for example I'm just going to upload this bracket, hit open, give that a second and it will appear. I can then close My Files dialog box, then do a simple normal open. Because I'm still in that particular folder, we'll have that bracket, hit open, and we can continue on with any work. So that's how we can kind of jump back and forward between saving files as part of the online trial and then saving them on my own computer that I might want. Now that was just a kind of brief explanation of how to kind of get started using the trial. But obviously if you're wanting any information about how to actually kind of create models and actually use the software itself, you can obviously get in touch with us, give us a call, send us an email, and we'd be happy to help you out. And if you've got any questions about this particular video or SOLIDWORKS in general, again, just get in touch with us. Thanks.